Thanks also to the DG of NATCA, who has approved now for us to expand our existing 5G network. With regards to network resilience, we've partnered with vendor Leoncom and Mitchcom, and in the last year, we've connected 12 major towns to the Leoncom fiber. What this means is at these locations, we've chosen a key site, we aggregate traffic, and this is fed to the fiber and go to Freetown. I'll quickly go through the towns we've achieved this. Makeni, Kangla, Pujopo, Kabbalah, Gilgil, Zigi, Kanyon, Kono, Pujo, Maramba, Jala, and Utai. Also, as part of the resilience pillar, we have upgraded our microwave backbone to allow more traffic from the regions to flow into Freetown. We all know we had issues last year with quality of service, and one key cause was that each time we had fiber cuts on the Leoncom fiber, it's impacted our customers. And so we took a learning from that and invested heavily in increasing the capacity on our own microwave backbone. Another pillar is that we have now completed our second switch location at Bo. It is now fully constructed, equipment installed and commissioned, and by the grace of God in the few coming months we should launch, and hopefully we will see most of you there again. Last but not the least, as Alpha already mentioned, we had a crisis last year with regards to our energy supply. The learnings we've taken from that and the actions to improve or stop this from happening again, we swapped out the partner. We now have a new partner called PowerTech IPT. They were onboarded in December and they began full operations in April. Since they've come on board, they began modernizing our passive infrastructure, and this will be completed in March of 2026. The last pillar, which is meant to improve on customer perception, we've deployed an AI-powered network analytics tool, partnering with Huawei, to better understand our customer behavior, their pain points, problem on sites in real-time and near real-time basis. I've mentioned this because of the quantum of money it took for us to get this tool, which shows our commitment to understanding and improving customer perception. This tool we will have for a 5-year period, and the total cost over 5 years is 5.2 million euros. Just the first year alone, to get the tool and deploy it, we've spent 1 million euros. Above things we've done are meant to show our commitment of OSL to provide the best experience of telecom service to our customers. Thank you all, and let's have a great customer service week.
Thank you, Silvanus. Media team, are you still ready? Not yet ready? I think we can go straight into another part of the agenda. We're going to go into the panel discussion proper for this, and I would like to call on Mr. Alfie Bali. Alfie, are you around? To introduce our moderator for this panel discussion. Round of applause for Mr. Alfie, please. Alfie?
Good morning, everybody. You all know that I know, and he knows that he is a household name in Sierra Leone. Our moderator is a journalist with over 3 decades of experience under his belt, mostly working for the BBC. He has reported across Africa, India, in the United States, where he covered the Obama election and the first Trump election. He graduated from FBC, where he served as student union president. He also led the Sierra Leone Association of Journalists, where he was resoundingly elected twice. He has the rare talent of comfortably working as a print journalist and a radio and TV broadcaster. His documentary on the illegal timber trade in Senegal and Gambia was shortlisted for a global award. Talking about awards, he has won several, including the prestigious Peabody Award in the USA for his work with the National Public Radio during the Ebola outbreak in West Africa. He has also won the Public Radio International Award with the BBC for the same outbreak. He is a freelance journalist who works for many global media outlets. And I must confess that for the past 20 years, he has had a stranglehold over the journalism profession. When I say stranglehold, when the country needed information, he is the man that has stepped up to provide balanced and fair journalism. His voice has shaped our childhood, myself when I was living in Oak for the past 20-25 years. He's a very humble man. He's married. He has kids. But also, he is a man that is open to challenge. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure, and I'm delighted to introduce to you the moderator for the Customer Service Week celebration. It's no less a person, but the great Umar Fofana of the BBC.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mario. Good morning. It's our week with the customers. Yeah, it's our week. All right, thank you very much. So I'm not going to do much talking here today. I'm only going to be asking questions. So I will not waste time, but to briefly just tell you that we're here to talk about the sector that has been growing in leaps and bounds. We don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years as far as technology is concerned. Nobody knows. And with what AI is doing, we can only guess. And I tell you, at the heart of it all are the engineers, the innovators, and the customers. So without the customers, we all know what happens. So it's therefore befitting and a very laudable step by Orange that an annual event like this is held, at the heart of which sits the heart itself, the customers. So today is the launch of a week-long activity called the Customer Service Week 2025. It's a very nice way to pause and reflect on the customer and the year gone by, to celebrate the achievements and take stock of the challenges, to look back on the year and to look ahead to see what the coming year holds. And I like the Orange saying, my customer, my boss. It's interesting, I've been going through some statistics in the last 48 hours that Sierra Leone's economy, the biggest contributor comes from the services sector. And under the services is where we have telecommunications. Way above even the mining companies. And this country is known mostly for mining. But the services come number one, and which is where we find our telecommunications sector. It is pleasing that we have a wide range of customer base here today. And the theme this year, as we've been told, is called Mission Possible. To talk about what that is and what the issues are that belie that theme, I'm joined on this stakeholder panel by Mamadou Bousso. The Chief Marketing Officer for Orange SA. I'm also joined by Bostin Munda Honorable, the Chairman of the Parliamentary Oversight Committee on CTI. Welcome, sir. We have Smart Kokofele, the Director of Regulatory Affairs at the National Telecommunications Agency, NATCA. And last by no means the least, we have Alpha Bundu, Director of Customer Experience at Orange. Having said that, I want to sit down so I can moderate whatever we're going to be talking about here today. Thank you very much. So, I mean, obviously, it's been a very interesting time. In fact, in the last half an hour, we've been told there a lot of things. So I'm going to start this deliberately by asking Mr. Mamadou Bousso Sorry, somebody sent me a spelling. I majored in French in university. So when I saw the spelling, I had to learn all over again in the last 1 hour how to correctly pronounce his name. Somebody said his name is spelled B-O-S-S-O-U, which in French would be Bossou. It turns out that it's B-O-U-S-S-O, Bousou. So first, I'm going to give you 1 minute to quickly tell me what your portfolio entails. You are the Chief Marketing Officer. What does that mean at Orange?
Thank you so much, Mr. Fofana. As Marketing Director of Orange, my daily job consists in listening to customers, understand their needs, and turn them into meaningful products and services. So my team and I, our daily job is to design products and services to serve the communities of Sierra Leone.
And you want to tell us some of those products that you have?
Yes, we have, as you might know, we are what we call a multi-service operator. We are offering products and services on mobile, on broadband, meaning connectivity for enterprises, for consumers. We have mobile money services, which is Orange Money. We have also some other products that are not directly linked to telecommunication. We are, for example, selling solar kits, some solar kits to the rural areas or those who have not access to the grid, national electricity.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's amazing how much. It's amazing how much technology has transformed our lives every day. 3 days ago, I was in my ancestral home in Biriwa in Bobali district. And as you can imagine, Oma wants something. And it turned out that the only money I had on me was on my phone. So I thought I could escape giving them money by saying, oh, I just came around, they say we'll get Orange Money cash. So it's interesting how you can easily do those things now, even when you don't have the cash handy. But it tells you how far we've come. Everything is possible. Mission? Possible. So I get it now a little bit. And yeah, I mean, this thing is extraordinary. I don't think we really appreciate this thing as much as we should. When I tell young journalists this, that when I started as a journalist, when I wanted to report, I would have to go to SLET, which is now Seratel, and I'd have to place what we call them collect call. So Americans call it reverse charge call. And the BBC would pick up my call in London. I would go to the office and they would call my direct land-based telephone line for me to be able to report. Now I can just sit down in the comfort of anywhere with this phone, with strong internet, and do all of that. It's amazing how things have changed. Anyway, so next I'm going to ask Mr. Alpha Gondo, Director of Customer Experience at OSL. How enjoyable or challenging is your work as Director of Customer Services, if I could put it that way?
That's an interesting question. First of all, I want to say thank you for moderating this event. I know if you could remember, I want to draw your mind back how we met. It wasn't just a pleasant meeting we had. He had a very serious concern. I think he was in coma, I can remember. And he said he posted something about our brand. And that was how we got in touch with him. But when he came, he noticed that there were humans behind the brand. And for me, that is the beauty about what we do. It is not always easy. As you can see, a few things have gone wrong, but it is about how the human being can fill in the gap of where technology fills. That's the difference. That's my life every day. My life is to address problems every day. I don't sleep and wake up and anticipate the problems, but I am expected to stand up to it. Sometimes I can be a little tough with my colleagues because I feel the pain of the customers. I'm closer to them. I feel their pain. And this is why when you talk about customer experience, and this is how my customer boss was born. Because customer experience is really not a department. It is a company's responsibility. And that culture is what we have proven that today we have over 17 countries in Orange that we should be proud of. Are you proud, Orange? So we are proud as a brand, and I think we've proven it. We've gotten from the CEO out to all the directors, everybody reaching out and feeling what it means to serve. So if you ask me, it's not an easy thing to do, but it's a beautiful thing to achieve.
Absolutely. I like the fact that it's a company's business. It's the business of everybody working in any company to ensure that the customers are satisfied. And it's quite right. We didn't meet for the first time in the best or the most pleasant of circumstances. I've been frustrated. I was in Kono doing some work, and there was something with the system. Eventually, and I think that's the beauty of it, that the CEO himself called to say, we want to have a conversation. Not only to make sure you understand what the problem is, but to help us let the public understand what the problem is. And then we had that very pleasant meeting, and now whenever I've had a challenge, I know who to call. He surely is the person that I've been calling. So, Alpha, I'll give you a short joke. My wife's best friend used to work at a telecoms here many years ago. It's probably 15 or so years ago. And then one day, a customer walked into the company office and said, Mama, count my phone. For 2 days now, my phone not ring. And she picked up her phone, the person's phone, and said, give me your number. And then she dialed the number, and the phone rang. He said, Papa, don't take 2 days, they'll not call you. That was not what the problem was. Nobody had called him, and he thought something was wrong with his phone. So I'm saying this because technology is advancing almost every day, as we established here. What must your customers expect in terms of their experience and the advancement of technology? Many students are technophobes.
Okay, that's a big question, and I think that's where I think the regulators come in, and I really want to thank the DG of NATCA for gracing this occasion. I know there are times that when we're having the issue, he has some complaints on social media, which is technology, and saying, these customers are complaining on this, and I can feel his frustration. And I know he has a very big ambition for the sector. But I think his drive has really revolutionized the industry. And if you ask me, I know today in NATCA they talk about quality of experience. But there is nowhere in the world you can talk about technological advancement without experience. Today we are in the lives of people. Over 3 million people. Some people rely on their phone. We save lives with these phones. We save lives with technology. But really, with all the network upgrade we've done to the digital transformation and activities we've done digitally, it is not only to innovate. We are thriving. We are thirsty to make things simpler, faster, and with a personalized experience for our customers. That just doesn't happen without technology. Today we see the accelerated pace of which AI is taking the pace, and we can't sit back. The advantage that Orange has is that we are bringing the experience of 17 other countries, and even more.
Yes, ma'am.
Over 20 countries, including Europe, to Sierra Leone. Because when they benchmark with us, our benchmark is not with our local competitors, our benchmark is global. So what we are trying to do is to fit into that space. So if you ask me, what should customers expect? One, they should expect greater availability. And I know, genuinely, if you ask today, the situation we were in at the same time last year, this year is not the same. Last year we had a lot of issues with the power, the customers were having issues with their internet and all of that. But this is not the reality today. It has improved. It is not where we want it to be yet, but it has improved. Also, customers should expect proactive support. And today we are going to show you what we've been working on. We're going to launch 2 services that show what we're doing in terms of listening to what our customers want. We are going to also talk about we want our customers to expect personalization. We want to go beyond the numbers. That is why for Orange, we want to have a personal relationship with our customers. And this is how my customer bus was born. Because we believed every customer we touched, we'll never forget the brand, because in every brand there are people. Technology will improve. We don't want to, so what I will say is the future is where we don't want to replace technology, rather we want to enhance technology, use technology to enhance our ability to improve on the experience of our customers.
And there's a lot of room, like you said. It's good right now. We've got a long way to go. Almost every year brings forth its own advancements, which we have to try to catch up with. I'll come to you. Yeah, I know your boss is here, Kokofele, but don't be scared, eh? First of all, NACSA is a regulatory body for the telecoms, and for you to be the Director of Regulatory Affairs gives me the impression, actually, that you are the boss. What is your job like?
Thank you so much. So, when I received the invite to come here to speak, I received my invite with mixed feelings. With the drawback to what happened earlier this year or mid this year, having to kind of fight with us with regards to the service quality out here has not been easy. Just at the completion of the project, I've now thought that yes, there's need for us to invite the regulator to come and talk to us. So I was wondering, actually, what was I supposed to say? I informed my Director General, who has been part of this all throughout. Let me tell you, he has never stepped over the provision of quality service and also the existence of the mobile operators. NATCA as an entity regulates for 3 sectors: for the investor, for the consumers, and also for the government. Knowing very full well that the resources that the operators are utilizing are state-owned and is owned by everybody in this country. Cognizance of the very fact also that these are investors coming in, they certainly want to come and do business and get return on investment. And so nobody who, by every standard, come to invest and will wish for the profits to go down. And for our subscribers, our customers in the country, I think that the more people cry, there is a direct correlation between the louder they cry to the improvement in service. Initially, when we had only 2G and there was no 3G, data services were very low, people didn't know about it, and the cries were really much. So when technology improved, and our people have tested the service, and are getting satisfaction from this angle, and then they've started complaining again. So rest assured that with 5G, the kind of improvement and the investment that we do, the customers will cry. So the job itself is not quite an easy one, trying to triangulate the satisfaction of these 3 sectors: the government, the investors, and the customers.
I was actually going to ask you that as my follow-up question, but I'll come back to you on that with more detail. I'll just quickly go to the Member of Parliament. Honorable Boston Munda, I mean, this is my curiosity, just kindly help me with it. I am assuming that because we have NATCA to regulate the telecommunications sector, we may not need another government layer to regulate the same sector. Rather, you should be focusing on regulating NATCA. So how come there's a parliamentary committee to regulate the telecommunications sector? What's your job? What's your role?
Thank you very much. To start with, congratulations to all the staff of Orange and also the staff of customer services. Congratulations to you. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I hear you're an old telecommunications man yourself.
Yes. Sometimes, some years ago, I went to South Abdul at Tigo. So I knew he's going to be like that one day. Thank you very much, Bulu. Of course, for us members of Parliament, we provide the environment for all employers. For me, as a chairman of the Committee on Communications and Innovations, we look at the interest of the people. certainly government seek the interest of the people that we represent. So if NATCA, which are creators of parliament, which means parliament by every indication it created NATCA, and gives NATCA the free hands to work and protect the investment that will bring, for example, for Orange. So for members of parliament, in my own capacity as a chairman also, we give support to NATCA and as well as the investment which is, for example, Orange. So in a situation whereby they might have some imbalances, like for what happened a couple of weeks ago or some months ago, NATCA was pushing Orange on the customer satisfaction, customer complaints, the DG himself, we have to call DG, and DG will always tell us, I'll be pushing them to make sure we fix the issues. Parliament will have to come in to ensure we call all of the players under one roof to understand the challenges they may have. Also, the people out there will not come to Orange all the time or go to NATCA with complaints. They come to Parliament because that's their house. That's where their representatives are. So they question us and we bring those questions to them to make sure we harmonize all of those challenges to bring one interest for the best common good of the people.
All right, thank you very much. I've got a follow-up question which will come after Buso's intervention. I'll go back to you, Buso. I've got this thing. Before now, you were owned by Celtel, by Zain, by I think Airtel as well. That obviously makes you the oldest GSM operator in Sierra Leone. How would you see your investment has been in the country?
Thank you so much, Umaru. This is a very relevant question. Because investment and this is in the heart of our strategy. Maybe just to remind you our mission at Orange Sierra Leone. Our mission is to improve the daily lives of Sierra Leone people through responsible and wonderful digital experience. So to make it possible, this is not only a slogan, but this is a commitment for Orange. To make it possible, we need huge investment. I think Sylvanus go through the details on the investment that has been done to modernize our assets, our network. From last year to now, for the modernization of the network, Orange invests more than $50 million USD on the modernization of the network, to swap the network from Ericsson to Huawei, to extend the network by adding new sites, to put 4G in all of our sites. This is an investment that Orange has done. And Orange, maybe just to remind you also, Orange is in Sierra Leone since 2016, so 9 years, and we did a lot. The investment that has been done on the Go Data Center to have a resilient network, it's also more than 20 million USD that has been invested in this data center. Yes, we cannot deliver, as I said, those meaningful products and services, those meaningful experience to our people without investing. And this investment, maybe just to also add something on them, we are not just here to make profit and go. We want something that can be also sustainable in the future. So that's why the investment that we are doing, we will continue to invest. Sylvanus was talking about the 5G. This is something also, the new technology that we are going to roll out in Sierra Leone for the people of Sierra Leone. And also, what is also very important is the give back. We are a company, but we are also giving back to our communities. Last week, Friday, we have published our CSR 2024 CSR report, which shows you
corporate
the social responsibility of Orange Sierra Leone, showing you all the initiatives that we have done for our communities in terms of health, by building maternities, in terms of education, by building schools. Even today here, it's a symbolic site that we are here. We are here at the Orange Digital Center, training thousands and thousands of young people on digital, on new technologies and so on. So we hope that we will continue to invest in this country, not only for our shareholders, but also for our communities and for all the surrounding world.
All right, thank you very much. I may ask you before the end of this program for your wish list. What would you want to see done in the sector to make you really enjoy your investment? But I'll come to you on that later on after asking Honorable Munda. Honorable Munda, last week I facilitated 2 dialogue workshops for investors, land-based investors, mining companies, agribusiness companies. The aim being to not discourage the investors, at the same time looking into the welfare of landowners of these communities. And I sort of like, I'm trying to juxtapose that to what obtains in the telecoms sector. In that case, the case of the telecoms sector and parliament, what role should government play in protecting the private sector? $50 million, that's quite a lot of money to invest in here.
Thank you very much. That's one of the reason we have strong institutional and the enabling environment is to ensure we protect investments. When you have regulatory framework, it protects the investors because it gives them a fair play and open-minded play so that they will be able to do what's really needful. For example, we have NATSCA, they have regulations, we enact regulations, and we have those regulations that guide the investors to ensure what they do and what they should not do. Primarily, we have the land right property, for example. They're also doing properties rights. This is a whole investment where we are currently, which means Orange is coming to stay. They are not going. When you go to the provinces, they have infrastructures like such. When you go to the offices, they have infrastructures. So you look at those infrastructures and you provide regulations for them. You provide the properties rights for them to ensure you maintain that fair balance. So again, governments will have to give them that free room to ensure they provide the atmosphere for them to operate in the way that they protect their investments. 50 million investments is one, it's a huge one, but again, governments give them the free hand to operate. Given the fact that NATSCA will regulate them all the time, but again, Parliament will come in to ensure they minimize those pressures on them. They will come with complaints to us as Parliament, NATSCA is pushing us on fines and all of these. Talk to NATSCA, see how they could reduce the fines and all of that. But some of the reasons why NATSCA will always provide those frameworks is that the customers out there, they said customer is my boss. And all of us, by every indication, we are all customers. We are paying and we are subscribing, all of us. I don't know for the one staff, but all of us are customers by default. So, if those pressures are mounting on members of parliament and mounting on the DG, they have no options but to levy fines or to go back to the regulations that they do have, as that's their instrument to work with, the regulations. And those regulations guide the investors, so that they work within the framework. They can't go out of what they have. They work with what Parliament made for them. And NATSCA enforces those regulations to ensure they protect the investment itself.
All right, thank you very much. I think that sounds that's a lot assuring. I would just like to recognize on that note the presence with us here today of the boss of NATSCA, Mr. Amara Brewa. Welcome. Hopefully we'll get him very soon. Kopofele, on the same note of ensuring that everybody is satisfied, you spoke earlier about the triangular formula that you have. How do you go about navigating that? Making sure that the investors enjoy their investments and get the profit to go to face, that's what they have to achieve, and the people are also, the customers are satisfied.
Thank you very much, Dr. Umaru. I've known Dr. Umaru for over 30 years, so usually we have somebody very different about all to say, how is the topic going to look like? I will get through the things. But as if I knew that's what I've known him for, it'll be the same. So I know the questions that will surely come. One of the ways NATSCA has been actually doing so well with it is to improve on the investor confidence. If an investor wants to invest in the country, investor will have to look at the investment level, investment portfolio, to see how that be protected. And one of the major ways to protect investors is the licensing framework. When they come to invest within a particular state, they look at the enabling conditions, the necessary conditions for them to invest. They look at the license conditions. So when they come, of course, all of our license conditions are to our website. See it. We give them, when they apply for a particular service, they issue the licenses. They read through these licenses and align themselves to the requirements of operating an entity of that nature within Sierra Leone. And when they get back to us, it's a back and forth issue. We sit and negotiate and agree on a particular standard that will be fitting for them for their own investment. And some of those licenses are not like 2-3 years, well over 10 years or 3 years. So if having a license to operate within a particular entity, a jurisdiction, for 15 years, I think that will be good enough. Very reassuring that yes, whatever money you may have invested in that country will not go in vain. Equally so, in addition to the licenses, there are several other rules, laws that we promulgate through the Ebo Parliament, like regulations. We know very well the target of the mobile network operators happen to be consumers, the subscribers. They are subscribers, we are consumers, we government call ourselves consumers in that sense. We do regulations, like the quality of service regulations. In 2020, we had the first quality of service regulation was developed, and that was developed hand in glove with the operators, all the operators within Sierra Leone. And we all look at the parameters, and we accepted that these parameters are best fit for the kind of service that we are providing for now. But to the advent of technology and the kind of challenges that we are facing at the end of the day, we also realized that mid this year to very recently, we had several challenges with operators around based on the level of quality that's been provided for the consumers and for their subscribers. So this one led to the mindset of NATCA to see that we are going to look into this regulation to see where are we actually weak, where are we falling backward for. So we decided to look at the quality of service regulations that has been developed, that has been shared with the operators. Usually that's what we do. We give them the regulations, or give timeline to them. They look at it and get back to us to say, oh no, this is too harsh for us, and this is very weak. Can we make it equal? But what we have always told them is that we do not draw or do regulations in silos. We always reference the ITU, International Telecommunication Union standards. That is our benchmark. And when we are referencing those KPIs, they are also very much open to those information on the website. So they realize that yes, that is true, but Sierra Leone as a country is not like every other country. But these are the minimum standards. So sometimes in TV, they give very much magnanimous and very much soft and very strong. Usually then backwards to accept their recommendations and move forward. So that is how we've been able to protect investors this morning. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I wasn't going to ask you this question, but the appropriate person is not here. The central bank governor is not here. One thing which Orange has done, which I've really enjoyed, is the Maxit platform they have. Before now, if I want to send money, if I wanted to do Orange money transfer before now, I would have to go and copy the number, come down 144 hash, and then I paste the number when I get to that stage. Remove the +232, close the gaps between the numbers before I could send it. Now with Maxit, just click on the person's name, automatically does all of that on sends. But one thing which is absent now from the +144 hash that I could do before now was to transfer money from my bank account to my wallet. Now I can't do that anymore. I understand it's a government regulation. Do you know the rationale behind it? And can you tell me in 1 minute?
I certainly cannot provide an answer to that. But what I would say is that NATCA has been working hand in glove with the BSL to see how we are very comfortable in regulating the mobile money sector. Very recently, the government of Australia introduced a switch system which should enable ease transfer of resources from one bank to the other bank, the mobile money, and back to yourself. So these are challenges that are often accompanied by new inventions. The SWIFT system is very new in Sierra Leone, but also we don't expect to have a very perfect system as it is. So I'm not quite in that place to answer what are the challenges, but what I know is that for the mobile money operations, we are working hand in glove with BSL to see that all of the KPIs placed in the new regulation that we have developed are met. For that one with the banks and the mobile money, then I will ask that you try to get
All right, thank you very much. I'll pick that up with the central bank. I want to open this to the audience. I'm told we have an array of customers in this room. If there are any customers here who may wish to ask any questions relating to the customer service week, I'll be happy to hear them out. Anybody? Could I see by show of the hand? Oh, we've got a big man here, the head of the teachers of Sierra Leone. Yes, sir, Mr. Banyabon.
Is it still morning or afternoon? You know, where I work, every time of the day is morning, so good morning. Because we are like soldiers. We work on 24 hours around the clock. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and I appreciate you for having invited us here for this program. But I would like to comfortably ask for permission to make my contribution in Creole. You know, we are working for the vast majority there who can speak, maybe, maybe, but understand less of English. So I don't know the composition here, but sometimes in Sierra Leone we always assume that everybody in the room can speak and understand English. For teachers, us, we have the formula for primaries 1 and 2. You speak 20% English, 80% local. 3 and 4, you speak 40% English and 60% local. 5 and 6, 60% English and 40% local.
So I wonder what the formula is that you're going to employ here.
So here, I also suggest we have 80 English, 20 Creole maybe.
Let's speak English.
Yes, English. Thank you. My concern really is that one, sometimes should have
That's English.
some bricks. That's English. Oh, sorry. Sometimes in there, you go on side where you want to make a call, but sometimes you find out say the whole area network Piambog. I just want for them to note this, not to for criticize. We as teachers, we not doctor. We will see the challenge, we confront them and try to solve them. So just for your information. Sometimes in the back, bossy info in the on, it can be something close to you, you call the number, and they tell you say the number switched off or you're busy, when actual fact you're busy. So when I get for look at that situation also, to see how for solve the problems then they. So the regulatory body, there was a time where Rancor been there where a new company came, he put in tariff stand down.
What's the Rancor?
The Rancor is that this one, you know, we live in a market situation where they say a free market, I carry this paper, we want sell and so. But no, the regulatory body say don't sell and so, sell and so. And sometimes waiting will be real if not true. One for us was not true. Like this company say, I want to sell million tariff, I mean the cost of the call. How would I call a night tariff? How would I the bill per minute? Me, I want 2 million for 1 million, for example.
Well, the floor pricing,
yes. Then this other one say, no, me, I do million, 1 million 50 cents, this I do 2 million. Then now, government can say, no, now do and so. If not so, if you waiting at the reason behind that, because we look and say, we the customer then will be disadvantaged at that time.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. They wonder whether we get any hands. Anybody even having a customer who wishes to ask a question? You know, but I was actually going to ask Mr. Gundo as part of his last intervention for the previous round about whether this, what is happening now, here, this customer service week, is being replicated across the country? Are you engaging with the customers at the lower level, lower end out there?
Yes, so as I said, the Customer Service Week is a global event and a company-wide activity. So yes, we're launching it here, but there are activities planned throughout the week. Today is just the official launch. Tomorrow we'll have internal engagement, which is a quiz. And on Wednesday, we're actually going out for the NIN registration, which is also demonstrating that we are collaborating better with the regulators. So the whole company is going to go out and we are going to meet customers and see how we can improve, sensitize, and drive the registration to the NIN. And on the fourth day, we've identified different phases of our customers. The market women, the drivers, the police. So we see exactly how does Orange, we are going to do skits internally to see what is our understanding of their reality with the interaction of the brand. And then they are going to give us feedback. It's going to be another interesting session on Thursday, and on Friday we're going to round it up by recognizing the hands and minds behind making sure that there's a human touch behind the brand.
All right, thank you very much. So we had those twin questions asked by Mr. Bankapoma, and if I can't see any hands up, I'll just ask my panelists to respond. Natka, the question was, how are you managing the idea behind the floor pricing? That was a little confusing to me at the time, but I think eventually I got to understand it a lot better. So maybe you could respond to that in Creole.
In English.
People are watching you in English. People are watching you can better understand it.
Yes, so remember saying your previous questions related to protecting the investors on investments. We're very akin to this kind of question my brother Axel. Myself, I'm a teacher, so I understand let's see as we grow up in our minds. Imagine an operator like Celtel in those days coming and get his license and try for establishing tower all over the country. And the outside communication did. There are another company coming. Because of the laws that were available inside the NAFTA Act and the regulations that we talk say, we therefore give access for the new company we don't come and self-utilize the services they are also established. Now they provide petrol, they provide power for the tower where they operate. For information, for really operate one tower is not easy, and it's very expensive, especially we will not get the main grid all over the country. So there are lot of expenses where the operator they incur for get that kind of investment down there. So we as a regulatory body, when you come as a new entrant, you come in and say, okay, you want to drop the price down to 1 leon or to 2 cents. Why is the company they sell at 1 leon? We look at what it is inside the act also. They talk about undermining investments. Yeah. Because you don't quite don't spend anything else. You are hinged on waiting your company don't spend, they don't invest millions of dollars. You just can't spend $500,000 and actually want for recouping money we don't know it. So based on the provisions inside the act and the regulations, anybody will want for institute the pricing mechanisms. You really get a right off to read the regulator. They ask you, this is the price that you want to sell your commodity. And if you set that price, we look at all of these indicators. One, you as a new investor, we don't come in. What are your investment within the country? Sometimes inside rates are not more you don't need first. And doing licensing conditions, we get a requirement for UC. After the first 6 months, if you're not able to control the Western area, after a period of 1 year, if you're not able to go to the major towns, after 1 year or 2 years, if you're able to reach all the chiefdoms all over the country. But you don't actually reach on that side of the day. But then again, you get the ability because of the laws that we did for them lash on the existing infrastructure for maybe call, then you come in and try for reducing price. That is an anti-competitive behavior that one. It is inside the act, and that the act passed by parliament, and that one we try for enforce. That when you come in, we be able to study the market, we study the resources, we study the pricing, the proposals. They'll say, no, this is not going to find out. If you do this way, it means that, yes, you want this person, you have to let go at loss. And based on the law, and we all ambit for protect investment, we're not going to allow that to happen. What we will do is that we will try to create an ambit, create a cap in the floor, those sort of things. Nobody know go above and nobody know how to do. But let me land. We don't want to let people then use only the price for compete. There are 3 sectors you have to use for compete. You have quality of service, network coverage, and price. So why
not left that with the customer for the time?
No. You get when you okay, but at the same time, if for instance a new company come inside, then the other company they say no, we don't allow you for the large day connect to me. How is that? So it means you get for the call you own no more. No, so so if for instance you know Mr. A, you don't come, you want to drop the price to 2 euro or 2 cents. Then now the law they say yes, you supposed to connect to the other network around for let you do this fire. If we allow you for let you do so, you close your own business. So if we also take away that law where they give the authority for connect to them, then you operate. So it means you also have to go around the country for make sure that everybody buy the network.
Was that the same reason when they pull up? On Sundays, we will get unlimited call.
Oh, okay. So that will come to that one day. I mean, that is very much important. And it's an open secret because if they pass Finance Act, everybody get access to their right for reading Finance Act and know what they happen. You know, each call through they make, so we say for 20 person, we get something where they talk about GST. Understand? When they pay GST on their calls and they come. So what can happen was that we found out and when NRA do the returns, instead of the GST, they go progressively with the number of users, because if they say, for instance, Orange, the number of subscribers don't go to 4 million today. If the GST can be 10 million from where they pay 3 million, we expect that when they go to 4 million, the GST for increase beyond that one. But what will happen is that inverse proportionality is not going to happen. Okay, so the more they consider this government. So
we get the economic and business rationale behind it. Maybe NATCAF will also organize a forum for ourselves that explain in detail why that be important to make them do. But I just the other part of Mr. Bankapoma in question was about the quality of service. He says sometimes people call and the response is the number is switched off. And this is for Orange. The number is switched off, and as a matter of fact, the number is actually on. So do you want to talk a little bit about those challenges which you mentioned?
Okay, there could be 2 things. First of all, if you're talking about the customer, maybe you calling another customer, it's possible because sometimes the person phone off.
No, instead the phone can do so. They're on, but the response say either busy or they're off.
So I mean, say maybe you get location updates. For me, as this is a normal technical stuff. Every time, every second, the system they do location updates for no who side you dey, who sell site you dey call from, and all of that, and that's a continuous process. So in every technology there could be some small glitches, but normally that should not be a normal thing. It should not be a normal thing where you can call someone and it shows that the number is off.
Okay, thank you very much. He says there could be some glitches, so maybe when there is a tower update, that could be a reason for those or some of those glitches. Yeah. Also, you want to say something about that in terms of that's technologists. So, any other questions from the audience here? We are given 45 minutes. We are almost 45 minutes. I'll entertain more questions. Otherwise, I'll ask my panelists to give their closing remarks. Uso?
Thank you so much, Umaru Fofana. Thank you also to our distinguished guest, Honorable Mr. Munda, DG of NATCA, and all of you guys for being here. My last word is to say that
maybe in your last words you could talk about what you want to see in the sector for investors in this ecosystem.
Okay, yes,
the wish list.
Yes, the wish list, very important question. You know, you have lots of economic models that are showing the correlation that you can have between telecommunication penetration in the country and the GDP growth. This is something that has been proved by lots of researchers that if you increase the level of penetration of telecommunication services or digital in a country, you also increase the growth of the GDP. Fortunately, in Sierra Leone, we have, at the government level, we have a strategy. We have the National Strategy for Digital and Innovation that exists in Sierra Leone. And this strategy, national strategy, addresses those wishes that we have. For example, as telecommunication operators in Sierra Leone, we have something linked to connectivity, the submarine cables that we have. This is something, for now we only have one cable in Sierra Leone. In some countries like Senegal we have 4, 5, and this is PPP, public-private partnership. Yes, public-private partnerships most of the time. This is something that maybe in the future, I know the government is working on some projects to increase the cables that are here, arrives in Sierra Leone. Another wish, maybe the last, it's about the taxes policy. Just to remind you, in Senegal in 2000, when we had our former president Abdoulaye Wade in 2000, it's been now 25 years, he has decided to remove some taxes related to all the equipment that we are imported on computers, on phones, and so on. And I know it has contributed hugely to the high penetration that we have today in Senegal on digital penetration. So I know the government is working on it, but yes, we have some areas of improvement linked to the public policy to help the companies or investors to reach their goals, is to stay as long as possible in Sierra Leone and to make profit for all of us.
Right. Thank you very much. Philip from NATSCA, is that something which government is considering? Sort of like B2Weaver for telecoms related equipment coming into the country, like you do for agricultural equipment?
That could be part of their own requests, and wheresoever you don't get that request, it will be under due consideration.
Minister of Finance,
possibly industrial, finance, and other areas, then, or maybe Ministry of Communications and Relations, as the case may be. Only a single last one, Mr. Process?
No, I'm coming to you. I just wanted that to be clarified. Yes, Honorable. Your parting words.
Thank you very much. May I say this now clearly? Thank you. I want to use this same podium for saying thank you for giving the support for Orange to the people here, the customers. But again, one day we did the customer service center. We want to put our hands in small. We want to see them call them of complaints. Sometimes we need to put the nexus together. They call one phone number and say, hang on. Then the next time they call another person they pick up. When another person pick up, they explain the process back as to what happened. So then by the time they say, hold on back, the other person pick up. So you need to put yourself together as to it. So sometimes you get frustrated, you get tired. So I take this one back on board for you. Also, DG, thank God we want to see consumer parliament come back to light. So we'll allow them to all the people them we in the village really work calm and make sure say they put Orange on the two and tell them how they feel on the customer experience. Otherwise, we want to say thank you for the support to all, and Parliament is always there to give support, and we will continue to give support where support is needed. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Maybe also the bosses at Orange should think about providing, organizing stress courses for their customer workers. It's stressful. No, let's face it, it's stressful. All campuses they call it, all kinds of things, from the sublime to ridiculous. You know, sometimes you have the tendency of losing your cool sometimes. So maybe training them with time, some refresher courses on how to handle the most troublesome of customers, just so they really know what to do. Sometimes so breathing in and out can be therapeutic when dealing with certain calls, you know, but if somebody doesn't know how to do that, they will flare up. Is what I mean? Yeah. So, Mr. Bundu,
yes, you know, when you said breathing in and out, I tested it, and it's made me feel good a little bit. Yes. Of course, one thing I've noticed, I've gone great faster since I took this job 2 years ago than ever before, which I think it's not to say it's because I've learned a lot. Before I've been just on the technical side, but feeling the pain of customers and seeing what it means, touching the human and knowing that you have a role to play in not just delivering service but in changing lives, it gives meaning to what we do. As I said, there are people here who gave their best, and I'm happy that you got that one up. So we've been in a situation where colleagues have cried because of the way they've been treated by our customers. And I remember the CEO is unavoidably here, but he has a way with words where he puts through his messages. And even me, when I took up CX some time back, he was saying, Alpha, he said, you know, when a customer is angry, even if they say anything bad to you, they are not talking about you. It is the service that they are complaining. So that switch in mindset gave us, a different mental model in thinking. So, and Orange as a company, we are not just here, we are building capacity as well. I think Sierra Leone needs the service industry to be improved. Every time we recruit people, whether it's in the call center, whether it's in the shops, we take them through trainings. We just don't take people and put them in front of customers to face them. For the call center, they take 3 months before they are allowed to face the customer. So we are putting all of this in place because we are not just doing it, as I said earlier on, by ourselves, but we are also trying to bring standard practices into our environment. Today, as I speak, my colleagues, we just had a meeting with preparing for ISO audit. And the ISO 9001 certification is purely talking about customers. So this is a company that has the customers at the heart of everything we do. And why this event and events like these are important is how we prepare our employees to take the brand, because there is no brand without the human touch. Even if we have technology all over. I was in the US some time back. When you dial and want to get maybe to AT&T, you'll be bored with IVRs to even get to an agent. So that's the reality. But what we are doing here is to amplify and make the touch, the digital, the human interaction and the contact points increase. Today we have multiple interactions. This is one. We are live on social media, giving customers to talk to us directly. The CEO we started My Customer Was as a live chat. We are on our 25th episode. We take feedback from our customers. We try to educate them. We have our shops. We have our call centers. Every event we have, we try to make it as a point of contact for our customers to vent out their concerns. Even for the foundation building we have here, sometimes we actually go out and we get the feedback from customers on what we're doing philanthropically to touch the lives of Sierra Leoneans. So my closing statement is, let's work together and put our hands together to continue to make service, not just for Orange, but as a national order, that we make service something that will build Sierra Leone. You mentioned something earlier that the service industry contributes significantly to the economy. 42%. 42%, that's a significant amount. So, and I know Orange, as we are, which I believe we are also significant in that contribution, plays significant role. So, I want to thank every one of you for being here and committing to service. And one thing we know is the customer have their rights, we have our obligations, we also have our rights, they have their obligations. So it's an equilibrium, and we have to be able to coexist and make life a better place for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Kabofele, for parting words.
Thank you so much, and I want to assure the people of Sierra Leone, the viewers that they watch right now and also with the live, say NATCA take a position for the country. I also the country, it means that we are protecting investments, we will also protect customers and subscribers, or we will also protect the industry. We are doing the open statements, we make mention, say, oh, they receive too many complaints, sometimes on social media also. Sometimes they even feel with SF because of all they use the same technology. Not to say pass the complaint to we. And I want to make Orange continue this kind of thing whether they don't start to do so, or whether they don't, they always do. Say we they always with them. The consumers then they think say we decide the operators they move all of the time, when they get complaints like that, oh now go Orange or Kisel or Afisel, they don't take care of us. So now they listen to the complaints. How would they now things will be pressurized now, as always they receive pressure from here. So I think say the DG and the general management of NATCA is very much comfortable also with the non-take sites. But they work as how the law provide for, and also the things say WUNA as investors they will be protected. We're always ready for work to them and assure of your availability at all times. Thanks everyone, and for the populace, the general subscribers of Australia, we deal with everybody in Australia. Thank you.
Thank you very much, my panelists. Me, we just want to end up or wrap up by saying that the customer are the heart of everything we want to do. But to that customer, we call the call center, not to that woman or that man with the people call responsible for the challenges that we face. Not customer, not Amapara. Tell her the problem, serve. They're very important because sometimes the way God make me, if you alapa me, and they alapa you. Although not to them supposed for the do. But I just human nature, they manifest sometimes. It can be calm and make a point. Even if they're very tough points, you can make them when you calm. So do ya, Orange, just tell me when there is a challenge, tell us there is a challenge. But the idea of not letting the people know in itself can frustrate them because you don't know what's the problem when you face a problem. Let me all open up to ourselves. And I'm sure NATCA or the government of Sierra Leone protect the investor. Without FDI, foreign direct investment, you're in trouble. Invariably, protect the ordinary people and when they're the customers. But I'm sure telecoms is here to stay. So that we learn to stay with them harmoniously. Thank you very much, and I wish you a very good customer.
What a beautiful presentation. Now, I will learn from you. That's a beautiful audition. Next, we get Papa in the house. Our DG NATCA. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause, please. We have our new figure, DG NATCA. It's a camera viewer.
Good morning. Is it morning or afternoon? Good afternoon, one and all. I actually had a speech written to read out to you, but I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm going to speak to you from the heart. Yeah. There's a gentleman, the teacher over there, say, make we speak English, and then we also talk Creole. So me, I will mix up every now and then. I will talk Creole and I will speak English as well. So my plea to you, like I said, I'm not going to read my speech. My plea to you as customer service agents is be patient. Be very patient with the customers. I know see Orange get this saying when they say the customer are your boss, right? Now we take it one step further. There's also a saying that goes, the boss is not always right, but he's always the boss, right? So think about that way. And some people they only call with issues. Some people they just like talk back to, right? Some people they know like all they know a person to talk to, and when they call now, all what thing will not happen that day they go make them talk to in some kind of way. What I ask now, just be patient. Just because all of us are consumers as well. Think about it. If somebody call you, you ain't talk to them. You go once, make somebody else talk to you that way if you call. Just think about it. So that patience now we all need. When somebody call, take time. If you don't get answer for the person, tell her, say, may I get back to you or something. When you say, may I get back to you, call her back. Because if you say I call you back, then you don't call them, it will make the person frustrated as well. And what I ask management of Orange to be able for put into place. When you get up in the morning, before you can walk, you pass through a whole bunch of different things there. So like a keke take, sometimes the keke man make you hard to one. If the bike you take, sometimes the bike man in invest way well. Don't make my tell you don't reach now office, you have to one back. You know. So what I ask management is, if you come on and host, maybe you pick in there and don't do something, your husband or your wife don't do something, you come, you know, say you have to one. Take 10 minutes to let it cool off. Because that, all that they reflect with somebody and call you, that anger the way it gets, you can't go to that person, not to that person's fault. Right? So, at the big one, as the head of the regulatory body, they will get patient. Just think about it. Somebody call you Alaba. If it's somebody Alaba you have to be trained enough to say, no, that not Alaba for this person. That the training they come out. That not Alaba. That be calm. Because if you when a customer service agent call and somebody Alaba you need to feel good. So then, Waitman is a treat others as treat as you want others to be treated, right? So there, I beg people that there's a sector where thrive, we all enjoy. Me, like the director just say, everything I do, I have to do by the act, and I get for make sure say I satisfy the government. I get for make sure say I satisfy the people of this country. And I also can make sure say I satisfy the investors, right? So at any one time, that line there for the one, then the problem. Who say they do the line? But because it's not customer service week, the people now, all my way they pick up. I even mentioned to Mr. Bono once, say every now and then management of Orange can pick up the phone, be let us know at the customer service booth and answer the phone calls. Let them see how people really feel. Every time I impose a fine, every time I come down hard on Orange Rail, it's not because I want to do it, it's because I have to. But now the back of my mind, everything that happens with Orange, and also that they try to do what's good for the people of this country. I want to guarantee you that I see what's happening. I don't say it a lot, but I see what's happening, I see what you're doing, and kudos to you. Happy customer service.
To recognize the presence of the World Bank, the SLTU, we also got influencers in the house. I think we are in a key important moment of this activity, where we want for the of innovative products. So I will call on Bayotule Lidano. I will also call on Philip Emmett. I will also call on Tamba Musa Lidano. And also I will call on Salim Jalo, are you there? Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, and for customers who are watching on live on Facebook, pay attention, this is for you guys. And make a just a synopsis on how we come about this. One of the field surveys them definitely, and also we see when I comment them on Facebook, handles them. Based on those feedbacks, we thought it fit that we will bring products based on customers' feedback, and this is the part of those two. So I will let the team for the on play, waiting and get forward.
Thank you very much, David. Good afternoon once again. It's a very important segment, and this segment actually shows you everything that we've been saying, and it says that we care about our customers. Alright, one of our pillars is care. We want to always make sure that our customers are taken care of. We want to make sure that the experience that our customers have is smooth and enjoyable. Alright, another pillar that we have is responsible. We are responsible. We want to show up always for our customers, and that's why we keep refining ourselves, improving ourselves, and also innovating tools that are going to be helpful for our customers to have a smooth ride with us. All right, this is in our hearts, and that's what we are doing here. So today, we will show you, we're going to display to you what we have created, what we have innovated for our customers. The first one is scam alerts. Scam alerts. We know what's going on. We know that every now and then someone is being scammed. We are stepping up to say we do not want this to happen anymore. We want to halt it. So that is what this platform does. All right, it's a platform that drastically is going to reduce scams and going to protect our customers. So what you see on this platform is that you can verify a suspicious number on this platform. All right, that's number one. You can verify a suspicious number. Number two, you can report a fraudulent activity before it happens, while it's happening, or after it happens. All right, those are the two major things. And what it guarantees is protection for our customers and digital security. But I'm not here to give you all the breakdown. I'm going to hand over to Mr. Bayo as he gives us the breakdown of how you can use this tool.
Hello, good morning all. I'm so super excited to be given this opportunity, serving as a project and innovation specialist at Orange, to provide solutions. And based upon the issues, and just as the buttress about what my co-worker had just said, that there's a point in time in my life in which I really felt when someone is being fraud. And the person calls me, they said, and someone asked him to go and sit at Orange that he should send money. So I said, why didn't you call me? You know, I'm working at Orange. So I felt like that was like around 600,000. It's not much, but I know what that means to certain people. So as a company, we've been seeing fraud and across all the touch points. So today we have about 86% of this traffic that routes towards touch points are related to fraud. So that gives us the mandate for us to design the system. So what the system does now? So now, if you go to orange.sl, you will see at the top report fraudster. So when you click on it, then you will see report fraudster and also inquire about suspicious number. So what does report do? So when you enter on the report fraudster, you will see a name. You have to enter your name here and then your phone number. This is the fraudster, this is your name, and then this is your own personal number. The reason why we want you to enter your own number, we're going to send an OTP. So this OTP will be sent to your phone to know that it is actually you that reported, because we want to reduce the issues of people and using someone else maybe to report whatever. So that's why you have to enter your number, you put your message here, and then this is the fraudster number, and then this is the category. When you click here, you see the different types of fraud that are available. So now when you click send, it will send you an OTP to your phone, and that's the only time it will be sent to our backend. Of course, we have our fraud and revenue assurance analyst. When this data has been sent to the backend, he will now use his own due diligence, his own internal process to ensure. Because I know some of you guys will have to raise a question of when this data has been sent to the backend, what are we going to do with it? So now we have our fraud and revenue assurance, the backend, that will come to explain how this will be utilized and ensure that people don't report people, and then later on we inflict some certain penalties on these people. So you can go back again. Yeah. So from here you can inquire a suspicious number. So when you click here, you will have to enter. Let's say someone asks you, and of course I don't think if any telecom has reached to this point in terms of protecting customers. Let's say, for example, someone asks me to send them money. At a point in time, I'm in a dilemma whether to send. Am I missing? Is it that am I right that not to send, or am I to send? So at that point in time, you will have to, you are in a dilemma. So
Sabayo, can we do this in Creole, please? We have audience watching, and we want our people to really understand what this tool is about. Yeah. Now we go down to Creole so people don't really understand what the tool they do and what to make with how this tool. Yeah, please.
Okay. So at this point in time, you will.
That's a good one.
Calm down. Go ahead. Take a deep breath. Stand for that. Take a deep breath.
I'm okay now. So, let's say for example, somebody asks you for send money, whether fake promotion or whatever. So now, you, at that point, you don't get any option, you don't have any platform for say this particular number and the forward number. So what do? You come to it and confirm if this number is a suspicious number. When you enter this number, it will send you an SMS to you that this number not to authorize Orange number and mindful of fraudster. So this is another way of we protecting. So you also report a fraudster and also you confirm if a number is a suspicious number. So I hand it over to Auntie Max for explain the dynamics of the backend.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. So I believe clear, right? All right. So for the platform where we create, we actually want for protect we customers. And I believe say Orange can always give back to we customers then based on the promotions the whole can do. And the fraudster then can use that as an advantage. We are in the one for fraud with customers then because we they give back to customers then. So the platform actually they do two things. We get the USSD, we are in, they confirm if this number we call you based on the promotion because all we departments will get to get specific number whether they use for call whenever a customer win. So we while this number for let customer confirm and know say indeed this call are from Orange, this call is legit. So any fraudster we message and tell you say now you don't win based on the social engineering fraud way that they do, you can log on the platform. And again, today, now manual way with the one because every Orange staff man a fraud fighter. Then they complain to them as and when the CX team they do on we neck for ensure say we close the customer complaint. But now we they give the hands to the customer. Wherever you don't need to call anybody in Orange before we able handle your case. Before able to report the fraud case for yourself, before able go you report the issues that were related to fraud. But again, when you report the issue, what will they do? We'll get for verify for will not get a false positive alarm. We get for no say this customer indeed we don't report. First we verify you we don't report. Second we try for look at you way they don't report. Indeed you know a fraudster, we look at your pattern. Usage pattern, your activity pattern. We look your call log, we look how frequent they call customers and for defraud them. Then we look at the transaction again because at the end of the day, the fraudster they do the fraud for gain through Orange money. Like you tell the customer they say send money through Orange money. So they check the frequency of the transactions then. How best did they call the customer then based on that we'll be able to say indeed the pattern we use a fraudulent pattern, then we'll be able to block you because we also want for protect the customer then for let them know we not block legitimate customer. So now this system therefore and today we feel say with this system the customer then we able to report on time and we self we able as a company for be proactive on time for respond to the customer needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Samba. Thank you, Mr. Tayo. Now we're going to go to the second one, and you have to permit me to speak English. I'm only the moderator, so it's okay for me to speak English.
It's okay, Philip.
Thank you.
I would have loved to just give a rundown of what
Go ahead.
he just did.
Go ahead.
We found with the audio online, especially on the Facebook handles there. Today, posting call, you say you're going to something from Orange. You get right to take that number, go on this tool and check whether that number actually is from Orange. Yeah? So next, Philip, you can unveil the next product.
Thank you. The next one, this innovative platform, is a 24/7 platform. All right, where you could ask any question and get more information. It's called Mikochi. Alright, someone said Mikochi. Mikochi. I believe everybody have their Mikochi, or I mean their Kochi. You know, either an older brother or uncle or friend that knows so much, and that's what this platform does. It knows everything. Everything about the Orange and Orange Money products and services. You can get all the information there. That's the first thing. And also, Mikochi helps you understand our customer journey. You know, sometimes we've forgotten some information that you need. Alright, over to you, Mr. Bayo.
Okay, so this is Mikochi, and we did because I'm working for the customer experience department, and we know the traffic really come up from, we get 4 main touch points. We get call center, we get the shop, we get the social media, and then we get the customer support email. So all them 4 touch points there, so what we do from CX, we quantify all of them. So any issue with customer is, we see on a problem. So this is why we think, because we are seeing your problem, and to help reduce the HQLC of this call center. So for call center, for example, it has the highest number of traffic from all the touch points. We get like 86% of the traffic with regards to all the requests and complaints will come out now to call center. We have 86%, and we get about 6% with regards to we shop, and we get 3% when they go to the customer support email. And the least of it now with social media handle, we get like less than 1%. So all of that equivalent to 100%. So when we find out, because we track all of the top issues from this call center, so we find out that out of all, because we have the QRCs, for some of you that don't know, it is query, complaint, and request. Queries, these are issues that people can just ask. I don't know how to do this, waiting at this one, how to check my balance, how for do P2P reversal, some of these things. These are things which customer can be able to do for themselves, but they're not savvy. So we decide that for reduce this traffic and this touch point, make we design a solution, a software, because people are more visually centric, where when you look and then they explain to you step by step. So that was why we decided to go. So now if you see from the platform, you can search here. The system is so sensitive, and AI intelligence. Even if I type Creo inside here, based upon the data we are supplying at the back end, it will pull out that video. And we have here at the back end, at the side of this system, you can see all of the categories. Maybe sometimes you don't have it for type, just begin to type how to do whatever, anything, how to, so automatically it is search and begin for intelligence. Intelligence is a suggestion that we directly pull from the backend database. So you can see from all this one, and then it can with back-end time. So it pulls based upon hierarchy. So now you can also click on the side here. Okay. So when you click on it, it will, yeah, you can play video. Yeah. So it will explain to you step by step how you for that particular thing. It also has suggestion here. We also, because what we decide for doing that, create this as a one-stop solution center, where you can report it for. Of course, we just report for this way we explain. When you click here, you click directly to fraud. When you click on all of these social media handles, they also redirect. So it's now one-stop solution center where we can get info, you can get all of the solution. So we are still working on to improve complaint and request. Complaint and request, these are issues which customers cannot directly do for themselves, but we work on them. But we want to drop out this traffic because this queries represents about 70% of all the traffic, and people in those places ask, how to do this, how to do this, how to do this. So now we want to give them this platform to make them able to solve your problem just as we did for this camera. So from here, you can also go at the screen, go down. You can make a comment here, and we also, just as social media, we can also, you can type a comment, whatever thing this video is helpful, or whatever improvement that you think you want to make You can also type, and then we get to the back end, which I will see all of this, which I will remind you all of the video, all the likes, and all the traffic, and we see the traction of all that. So, thank you very much for this.
I know say the customer is happy about this, and I've seen the feedback on the social media networks. The customer is saying awesome. Another customer is saying cool, and another customer is saying the best network in Sierra Leone. Another customer is saying, why would I wait for this long? We did this. I think it shows that we are listening and we are reacting to customer feedbacks. So for you in it, or you were just joining from the social media handles, this now the Gucci. If you get challenged on any of the products, you want to learn about the products, you can go on Miguchi. So you can get access to this on the website, the OSM website, www.sm, and also for Scammer today on Maxit. So go on Maxit, go on Marketplace, you can get access to Scammer. So for officially launch this two innovative tools, I will call on Mr. Bundu, Afabadu, for launch up, and then Betsy will make the closing statement. Thank you.
Hello. So I want to give Mr. Omar Ofofana the honor for launch this Kamalat. Then we will ask Mr. Austin to launch the Mikochi.
Thank you very much. So as I talk with Roam, I've been used before in the forum, and I think very interesting. I will just tell Mr. Bondo to say nice for the short video of that scam alert. We will send out on WhatsApp to different personnel for CR for what Roam. When they see, I'm sure they will go for use faster than when we left and needed for the dialogue by themselves. So I mean, real honor for launch this, and I hope it will be the beginning of the end of the life of scammers. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
Thank you very much. We want to appreciate our generally for all the platform, more especially the Maxis, the Endura, Mr. Endura. So we feel at this point all of you support and in providing all this information for minimize then for stars them. So I therefore want to officially launch this.
David.
Thank you so much. So we just join me on the social media handles again. We just launched and unveiled with two innovative products. So I will call on Madam Betty Mason for giving closing statements. Madam Betty Mason, please.
Thank you very much, David. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, good afternoon. As we bring this incredible launch to a close, I want us all to pause and reflect on what today truly represents. We came together under the theme, Mission Possible. A theme that reminds us that no challenge is too great, no goal too ambitious, and no barrier too high when determination and teamwork leads the way. If there is any one thing that defines us in customer experience, it is the relentless spirit to turn the challenges into opportunities and possibilities into success every single day. Our frontline heroes are the face and voice of Orange, carrying the weight of customer satisfaction with resilience, empathy, and courage. You are the ones who transform frustration into relief, questions into solutions, and uncertainty into trust. Your work is not only seen, it is felt by every customer who leaves an interaction with a smile, a sense of being heard, and the confidence that Orange stands with them. But we also know that no frontline soldier can win the mission alone. Behind you stand the dedicated pillars of our customer experience support team, those who provide the tools, systems, knowledge, and guidance that make success possible. To our CX support team, I extend a special gratitude. You are the silent force ensuring that our defense are empowered, prepared, and never alone in their pursuit of excellence. Together you form a chain unbreakable, and that chain anchored in teamwork and strengthened by passion is the reason why Mission Possible is not just a theme, it is our daily reality. As we embark on Customer Experience Week, let us remember that we do not just do a job, it is a mission. A mission to listen deeper, to serve better, and to go further to always place our customers at the heart of every decision. So today, let's walk out of here not just inspired, but committed. Committed to making every interaction count, every solution impactful, and every customer encounter extraordinary. Because of us, there is no limit to what's possible. That's the only what next. Thank you, and let's make this unforgettable.
Item 20, please be in your seat. They are going to start now. Reminder of the week activities. Tomorrow we get to departmental quiz competition. Oh, we get departmental quiz competition. So please, all departments who are sent to their representatives there, we will take their names down for tomorrow's activity. Put your time. We are continuing to get them. Wednesday, we have to get NIMP on the seats. We go out to engage. And then on Thursday, we got.
Hey! Enjoy the new Collect Bundle price drop. Now you can get your weekly Collect Bundle for 6 millions only on Maxit app. Download the Maxit app now on Play Store or App Store. Install the app and enter your orange number and password. Now follow the simple step here. Open the Maxit app. Next, tap the account. Then select airtime and bundle. Enter the number where you want buy for. Now, choose the Collect Bundle where you need and the one where go suit you. Finally, type your password. Bam! All things set. Subscribe to the Collect Bundle today and enjoy more browsing for small couple.
Orange.
Hey! Enjoy the new Collect Bundle price drop. Now you can get your weekly Collect Bundle for 6 millions only on Maxit app. Download the Maxit app now on Play Store or App Store. Install the app and enter your orange number and password. Now follow the simple step here. Open the Maxit app. Next, tap the account. Then select airtime and bundle. Enter the number where you want buy for. Now, choose the Collect Bundle where you need and the one where go suit you. Finally, type your password. Bam! All things set. Subscribe to the Collect Bundle today and enjoy more browsing for small couple.